The Emperor 1.30 update for EU4 is almost here, and it is a massive update. In this video, we're going to take a look at the most interesting new nations to appear, and with more than 50 to choose from, it's quite the challenge to cover all of them. Rather than condense this into a typical top 10 format, I've decided to highlight more than 25 of these countries, with an in-depth look on how to play and form them, their mission trees, and their unique playstyles. With brand new starting nations, releasable nations, formable nations, post-colonial nations, and decision tag switching nations all making an appearance, it's time to highlight the best of the best so that you're better equipped in starting your next campaign. With that out of the way, let's explore the first category of new nations, the starting tags available in the 1444 starting date. The first starting nation we will cover today is the French vassal duchy of Orléans. Now, Orléans used to be a part of sovereign France in the 1444 starting date, but is now a French subject state as of the 1.30 update. It shares the same dynasty as Provence and France, which allows claiming their thrones later on. Among their balanced and unique national ideas that provide bonuses to trade in their military, they permit the player the unique mechanic of recruiting female generals. This is notable because this might be the only nation in the game outside of custom nations that allows this mechanic, though I have yet to dig deeply into the files. Along with the other new French states added in the 1.30 update, Orléans has a new mission tree that allows it to overthrow and become France, and with their unique position and national ideas makes them a strong contender for a French pretender. The next nation we will cover is the Three Leagues, an eastern Swiss republic in the Alpine region. Rather than being formed by previously Swiss provinces, the Three Leagues is composed of the newly added territories of Ilans and Chur. But you need to throw away any notion of neutrality, because unlike Switzerland, the Three Leagues is oriented towards aggression and military expansion. They start with a massive 5% army discipline modifier and benefit from a further 15% army morale and 10% infantry combat ability, making them the Prussia of the Alps. Given their Swiss primary culture, they can also form Switzerland later on and keep their militant ideas, allowing them to adopt the unique and new government form of United Canton. Among the new German starting tags, the Three Leagues is without a doubt my favorite, and allows players a more militant approach that emphasizes the Swiss Army knife tradition. But if you prefer Parmesan to Swiss cheese, the new Italian OPM Republic of Bologna might be more up your alley. Bologna is interesting in that it possesses the unique Italian Signoria government reform that it also shares with other northern and central Italian republics. Though it starts just outside the borders of the HRE, it can easily join the Holy Roman Empire at the start of the game by improving relations with Austria. Bologna is notable for their unique national ideas and their ability to obtain the new achievement Spaghetti Western. You can obtain this achievement in Iron Man mode by colonizing the Mexican region and releasing and forming either Texas or Mexico as Bologna, though it might require a fistful of dollars to get Clint Eastwood to appear in your campaign. Across the Adriatic lies another new nation, the releasable Balkan Republic of Dalmatia. Though a starting territory of Venice in the 1444 starting date, you can release and play Dalmatia via the diplomacy screen, or by enforcing separatist rebels in their territory. Unusual for a releasable nation, Dalmatia features strong and well-rounded national ideas that feature both army and navy morale modifiers, reduced coring costs, and the unique bonus of a 15% reform tier reduction. Much like the neighboring nation of Croatia, Dalmatia possesses unique missions that granted bonuses and claims on neighboring provinces. What's more, since the Dalmatian culture is considered Latin and not Slavic, Dalmatia can form both Italy and Croatia, to my knowledge the only nation able to do this. Though the next nation we'll highlight, Moravia, is not new to the 1.30 update, the religious mechanics surrounding its situation certainly are. This is because you can release Moravia via Bohemia, and if you do, it will start with the new religion of Hussite. To my knowledge, this is the only way that you can obtain the Hussite religion in the 1444 starting date, outside of pursuing Bohemian missions and playing as Bohemia. So if you're interested in checking out this new religion and checking it off your list, I strongly recommend testing this Czech-cultured minor nation for yourself. If you're more interested in tomfoolery though, the new Slovenian OPM of Silly might be for you. Sicily starts off in 1444 surrounded on all sides, but it does have a secret weapon up its sleeve. Their silly national ideas are centered around diplomatic prowess, to the extent that they even start with a massive +1 to diplomatic reputation. Their potential for memery aside, silly Iron Man players can obtain the Don't Be Silly achievement by using them to form another nation, though you will have to culture swap beforehand. Next door to Sicily is the newly independent Catholic nation of Croatia. Croatia starts in the 1.30 update as a junior partner under a Hungarian personal union, in a land that used to be Hungarian soil. On the topic of ideas, Croatia's are substandard and disjointed, which is a shame, given their cool map color and their ability to join the Holy Roman Empire after declaring independence. Southern Slavs will be delighted to know that Croatia benefits from a unique mission tree, granting them claims across the Balkans and a respectable 5% development cost reduction modifier that lasts the entire campaign. Though it's still as of yet impossible to form Yugoslavia, let's head south to the new nation of Herzegovina. Herzegovina is a brand new Bosnian cultured and Orthodox religion to Province Minor, in an area that formerly composed sovereign Bosnia. They've got a really cool flag that underlies their biggest strength, religious conversion. Their national ideas place a premium on converting heretics and heathens, and they even have a 15% core cost reduction ambition, which is unusual for a minor nation. Unfortunately, Herzegovina does not possess unique missions, but if you like expansion, they are a solid pick as one of the only European nations with religiously minded bonuses and their national ideas. Moving southwards, we will encounter the new nation of Epirus, a Neapolitan Catholic neo-Crusader state that rules over a Greek Orthodox population. In a similar vein to Byzantium, Epirus has a mind-numbingly difficult starting position. In addition to bordering the Ottomans, Byzantium owns cores on your capital province, making war in 1444 a near certainty. On a positive note, Epirus benefits from a unique mission tree with a crusading flavor, offering a vast amount of claims over Middle Eastern provinces and providing permanent modifiers as rewards that last the entire campaign. I'm not going to spoil anything major, but they can even find the legendary Ark of the Covenant, a unique mission reward to Epirus that is shared with other crusading states and Jerusalem. As a Neapolitan cultured nation, Epirus can form both Italy and the new formable nation of the Two Sicilies, which we will now cover. The Kingdom of the Two Sicilies is a brand new state, formable by any Italian nation with a Neapolitan primary culture. Now I've dug through the files and used the console to see what this new nation looks like, and I've gotta say, I'm impressed. Sicily offers more unique missions than most Italian minor nations, and also provides the player with new national ideas, with a particular focus on improving their military and naval capabilities. Forming this nation in a legitimate campaign will best be attempted as Naples, since you'll need to obtain the Sicilian territory under Aragon's control. The Kingdom of the Two Sicilies can also form Italy, which would grant it further missions and one of the best national ideas in the game. Forming Italy also remedies the player of the gray-skinned color of the Two Sicilies, in my opinion one of the only negative aspects to this brand new nation in a game largely dedicated to painting the map. Moving northwards, it's time to focus on Franconia, a brand new formable German kingdom foundable by the Franconian cultured states of central Germany. Franconia features a small variety of added unique missions, which, once obtained, grant your nation's capital a permanent development cost reduction and an unusual monthly splendor gain modifier. I'm not sure if it's a bug, but the mission tree also has a duplicate entry for the Kingdom of the Franks, which, at least for now, allows you to be twice as French as the big blue blob to your west. Their national ideas place a premium on warfare, with highlights including a plus 20% national manpower modifier and a 10% aggressive expansion reduction as their starting tradition. If you are looking for a stronger and more relevant formable nation, I'd strongly recommend you instead check out Swabia, the next nation up on our list. Formable by any of the Swabian cultured states of south-central Germany, the Kingdom of Swabia is a powerhouse of a nation. Their national ideas are well-rounded, granting them improved diplomatic relations, decreased advisor costs, and a substantial 20% national manpower modifier tradition. Swabia's missions are a substantial departure from those of Franconia, and are actually really good, granting the player claims all over Germany, Austria, and Italy, even facilitating crusades levied against the Ottoman Turks in the Balkans. Like other German-cultured states, Swabia can go on to form the nation of Germany, if you're interested in their newly redesigned national ideas and substantially improved mission tree. How many times did I say substantial? I gotta change the script next time. Next up on our list is Bavaria, by far the strongest and most powerful of the medium-sized Germanic formable kingdoms. Though previously existing as a sovereign state in the 1444 starting date, the 1.30 patch has transformed Bavaria into a formable nation that can be founded by any of the southern Bavarian states. Bavaria has some of the best missions I've ever seen in Europa Universalis, with permanent modifiers like Oktoberfest that provide yearly prestige, lower development cost, and a whopping +1 to permanent diplomatic reputation. But we're only getting started. Bavaria can also enforce a personal union via event on 4 powerful nations in the HRE, including the Palatinate, Cologne, Brandenburg, and even the Austrian Emperor. I fully expect that Bavaria will be a prime contender and competitor of Prussia, and, as with other Germanic nations, can go on to form the German Federation. At long last, we've reached the final most interesting newly added formable nation, and Lotharingia will surely not disappoint. Formable only as Burgundy after they survive the Burgundian inheritance and expand into Germany and the Lowlands, Lotharingia is unlockable as soon as the player enacts the Crown of Lothar mission. Befitting this difficult starting requirement, Lotharingia possesses incredibly powerful national ideas that place a premium on military expansion, like a 25% national manpower modifier, a 15% army morale modifier, and a 20% core cost reduction modifier, on top of reduced aggressive expansion penalties. If you like their cool blue map color and decide to play their campaign in Iron Man mode, you can further obtain the Mary of Lotharingia achievement once you sire a female heir and name her Mary. We've reached the middle of the video, and though I'm loath to do this, I humbly request that you like this video and consider subscribing if you appreciate the content. This particular video has taken many hours to make, so if you don't mind in helping me please my algorithmic YouTube overlord, I'd be greatly appreciative. Now it's time to dive into the new post-colonial nations of the 1.30 update. The first post-colonial state we will cover is by far my most favorite, and subjectively the most interesting of all of the newly added post-colonial nations. Zealandia boasts an incredibly cool flag and insane national ideas, with a distinctively Maori flavor. These inherent bonuses include a +2 to diplomatic reputation, extra diplomatic relations, bonuses to colonist growth, and even an extra colonist, while also making reference to the Haka. Though it might take a while to form for yourself, you can play as Zealandia after colonizing the New Zealand region, releasing your colonial nation as a subject, and then opting to play as them. Compared to Australia, who featured in the top 10 worst formable nations, Zealandia is objectively stronger and doesn't have generic national ideas. Hopefully Kiwi superiority concludes the Anzac rivalry. The next colonial state we will highlight, Vermont, is also unique and perfect for players who want to feel the burn. Located in the New England region of the North American continent, Vermont boasts unique national ideas that increase religious tolerance, provide your armies 5% discipline and morale, and even grants your colonists the ability to ignore native uprisings entirely when paired with the Trade with Natives policy. They also receive a 10% reduction to trade company investments, a decidedly powerful mechanic when considering that trade companies can now be made everywhere outside of your home region. As if we needed any more US states in EU4, the devs have dutifully added Florida to the pantheon of post-colonial nations. Florida does not feature any unique mission trees nor national ideas, instead boasting the lackluster and old-school generic colonial state idea set. Whether you're looking to reenact the legend of Florida Man, or if you'd like to roleplay a nation of retired geriatrics, playing Florida is at least now possible, though I wouldn't recommend it. Expanding northwards to the final frontier is Alaska, an interesting post-colonial republic formable in the Cascadian trade region. The lower 48 will be sure to tremble at the sight of their national ideas, as Alaska has some of the most powerful naval bonuses in the entire game, in addition to a huge 20% core cost reduction idea to facilitate southeastern expansion. Alaska is unique in that it has the potential to be one of the fastest colonial nations to form, as they can be colonized by Japan or Korea early in the game, after unlocking the exploration idea group and settling the region. Their flag is also really cool, and provides an incentive to play in this Arctic and often unexplored region. Tipping southwards across the US-Canadian border is the fictional and newly formable nation of Cascadia. Much like Alaska, Cascadia can be formed by any colonial state that settles the region and releases it as a playable subject. Their national ideas are unique, and provide an extra merchant, a half-reduced chance of native uprisings, and sizable bonuses to trade power. Though arguably less powerful than Alaska, Cascadia is in a prime position to expand further into the Californian and Alaskan regions, and is perfect for players interested in spreading environmental awareness and herbal medicine across the continent. If you're interested in unknown post-colonial states, the newly added nation of Sonora is perfect for you. Formable by any imperial power that settles Baja California or the northwest coast of Mexico, the decision to found Sonora also changes your culture to Mexican upon formation, though this might just be because I've formed them with an Iberian culture. Their unique national ideas provide increased army movement speed, 10% reduced core creation cost, and a useful plus 0.10 yearly inflation reduction modifier to offset their reliance on gold. Overall, they provide an interesting alternative to forming Mexico if you're interested in playing in the region. Moving our way over to the Midwest is the flyover state of Illinois. Much like Illinois in real life, this newly formable nation in-game is bland and does not offer unique national ideas or missions. Let's continue our flight to somewhere more interesting. Importing Iberians and exporting La Revolution is Cuba, one of the two newly added post-colonial republics in the Caribbean region. Though Cuba does not offer the player any missions and possesses only the generic colonial idea set, their purple map color and role-playing potential makes them a great nation to form in your next campaign. It's only a matter of time before the EU4 subreddit is flooded with revolutionary Cuba campaigns, so if you act now, at least you've got good taste. At long last, we've reached the end of the list of new colonial nations, and the West Indies emerges as a contender for one of the most powerful. Situated in the Caribbean trade node, the West Indies possesses a powerful national idea set that provides an extra merchant, an extra colonist, and specializes in trade and development. If you're into harvesting tea and retaking the East Indies, you can opt to embark on a West Indies campaign where you conquer India. If after this list you're still itching for yet more Caribbean colonial states, notably the pirate republics, I highly recommend you check out my guide on how to form New Providence and Jamaica in the card at the top right of your screen. The final section of this video will be dedicated to the name change formable nations, and are not technically new countries in and of themselves. That being said, we will start with the Kingdom of God, a formable theocratic empire available to players of the Papal State. If you are interested in battle popes and forming this sacred nation, you can unlock access to the decision once you conquer a plurality of the northern Italian peninsula. Once the kingdom is formed, you will benefit from a new and highly powerful Tier 3 government reform logically titled the Kingdom of God. To make matters even better, both the Papal State and the Kingdom of God have a newly expanded and nuanced mission system to aid in bringing the good word to the world. This includes bonuses that aid in spreading Christianity across Asia, a subset that focuses on establishing Jerusalem, and still others that directly impact the relations of European states during the Reformation. If you are looking for a European one-faith world conquest run, the Holy Father has your back, and this new nation is sure to attract more interest within the Holy See. The second of the final three is the Hanseatic League, a tag that unlocks via the Lubbock mission tree. While more veteran players of the game might remember when this nation existed in 1444, the Hanseatic League has long since been banished to the annals of history, so it's great news that we can form it once again. Forming the Hanseatic League requires the completion of a large amount of Lubbock missions, culminating in the mission to unite the League and vassalize the various opium republics still in your trading league. In total, the player will have to obtain 6 merchants and create a large collection of trading subject states to unlock the mission, but once formed, will submit the player's position as the leading power of northern Germany, and make you a massive bucket of ducats. The last name change formable nation, and indeed the last nation in this video, is the Caliphate, a brand new tag that's available once the player unifies Islam by decision. Given that unifying Islam requires the possession of provinces that span the entirety of the Middle East, including North Africa and even Iberia, this is no easy task, and once unified, establishes the player's nation as the Caliphate, preserving their map color and national ideas. To add further spice, forming the Caliphate provides a permanent modifier to missionary conversion speed, tolerance of the true faith, and a massive 20% reduction in boosting stability. There is also an achievement to unify Islam, though this is not unique to the 1.30 Emperor update. Before ending the video, I'd like to thank you for watching this far and supporting the algorithm. This video was absolutely massive, and I apologize about the relatively late release as I wanted to get it out before the update went live on the 9th of June. In the coming weeks and months, there will be a lot more Emperor content, including guides, top 10s, and overviews covering the various content and added features of the update. If you are interested in staying up to date with EU4 and strategy gaming in general, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel and enforce a personal union over the notification bell. As always, I greatly appreciate comments and recommendations for future videos, so if you have any ideas, be sure to leave them in the comment box below. Without further ado, it's time to roll the credits.